Hi guys, I'm back today to share the packages that I have made for my birthday challenge. So I made 3 packages for 3 winners. They are all the same things but different colors and embellishments. It's just going to be a random draw because I feel awful trying to pick my favorites and I don't want to hurt people's feelings, and not because to me, I want to send everybody something. So I said to my husband the other day, I'm going to send the 3 prize packages to the winners, and then I'm going to be sending something else to everybody else as well. Like it might just be something little. I have everybody's addresses, so I'm not going to tell you when it's coming. You will just get a surprise package in the mail. And then that way I can make something for everybody to repay them for their kindness and generosity and making my birthday more special than being in lockdown. I couldn't see my family, couldn't see my friends. I had my husband and my kids, which was good because, that's what I want every birthday, but it was a bit different this year and you guys helped to make it a little bit brighter and happier. So I really appreciate that. Okay, so I'll jump in and do the first one quickly and then I'll try and do the other 2 in the same video. If not, I might have to break it up. But I made a collection of mini albums. So I made 8 all up. 3 for the prize packages, 1 for myself, and then the others are for Happy Mail swaps. This is one of the ones that I made. They're all different. The fronts and backs are different because I wanted them to be eclectic and interesting. And I popped a little floral flower that I purchased years and years ago, and then I made a lace rosette underneath. They all have a torn fabric closure, which is actually inside the covers so you can't see them. There's threads everywhere, but that's the way I liked it. You can always cut them off if you don't like them. So I might just zoom you in a bit so you can get a closer look. Okay, so each one has vellum pockets on the front and the back covers, and then I made little clusters with some stitched ruffle lace, and then some of the cut aparts and ephemera pieces from the collection to use in the albums. Pop that back there. Some of the pages are side loading and some are top loading, and then some are just stitched all the way through. This one is a top load, and in the pocket I popped in a packet of my crocheted hearts. All of the pages also have some kind of trim. This one has a pom-pom trim. I have embellished them a little bit because they're mini albums, so I didn't want to take up all the pages with embellishments because the idea was for people to use them as an album, whether it be to document, a birthday party or a wedding or anything, even just your kids. You can just pop some photos and journaling in them and keep them, or you can further embellish them and send them on to somebody else. So I just thought I would leave that entirely up to each person. So some pages have a little bit of embellishment, mostly in the corners or along the bottoms of the pages where I've left the top unglued so you can slide photos behind them. So this one has a little cluster here with my favorite little birdie, little quail. I love him. And then I made a patchwork quilt page for each album. These are a labor of love. They're I cut all the squares out, then got a piece of cardstock and glued the centers for all of the patches, and then you can see I've double stitched through all of them to keep them adhered. And then they are also all top loading pockets with a pink inside so that it didn't look messy. Because I didn't want you to see all of the stitching when you open the book, so I covered it up with the pink paper. And then there's the back of it. And then I made a vellum envelope with a Velcro closure to pop bits and pieces into. This page I've put a photo mat on there, and then I've popped a little embellishment along the bottom, but it's not glued along the top, so you can tuck your photo in behind. And then there's one of my crocheted hearts, more pom-pom trim. And then there's this one. I put another photo mat there. All of the stitching is in bright pink. That's pretty much the only color I leave in the sewing machine. Well, this one's supposed to go in the pocket. So This is a sample of pretty trims for her, the winner. I don't know who's won these yet, so I'm just going to say the winner. This is for prize number 1, this package. I just numbered them so that it would be easier. So went back, sorry, I just went back to the top pocket and popped that in. There's the envelope. Then there's this page that I've popped a little cluster down the bottom, but you can tuck a photo in behind. Obviously not there though because of the little hearts, but I put the little bow in her ear, little paper ruffle. And then there's some purple trim on that one. I love that trim. And then this is the back. Oh, sorry, lift up too high. Another vellum pocket on there, and then a little cluster on this one. Little rosettes that I made. And then the back. Just tie this up and then I'll show you what else is in here. They're pretty big packages. I wanted to make, I wanted to go to a lot of effort for it. And I think if I do any other challenges in the future, I will do the same. Like, I really like to, I don't like just making things for the sake of it. I only really make things when I'm doing it for someone in particular. So I love doing the mini albums because, hang on, I forgot where was I going with that? The mini albums are good because everybody can use them, but I enjoyed making things for a purpose. So I went with the garden party theme. I picked out all my favorite colors from the collection, and then I stuck with that. So I'm really glad that I put in so much effort. I'm really happy with how it all turned out. And I've had people say to me, oh, you've gone crazy, you've done too much. But I probably did, but I don't regret it. And I'll do it again. I always do. I never like sending little packages. I always go overboard. I made a little bead box. Well, it's kind of like beads and embellishments. And I've popped a little embellishment on the top there. Some little hearts. And then inside, I've got pink beads. Oh, sorry, done a pink one. This one's got yellow, bit of orange and gold, purple and blue, black and white. Then down here I've got some little, these are beads, but they're different types of beads. So there's these little jars are cool because I thought they could use the little clasps and then use the jar to make a charm or something. So it's 2 in 1. These are some little charms that I picked up from Ali not long ago. They're not charms, they're beads, but they're not normal beads. They say love. And then there's the lolly. Then this one's filled with pom-poms. And then this one's got all different types of tassels. Some of them. And then this one has got wood butterfly beads. I'll take them out because there's stuff in the bottom as well. So these I found at the shop, the $2 shop, and they're actually filled with glitter, but they've got a loop on the lid. So I bought loads of them, and I tipped the glitter out, filled them with sequins, and then used E6000 glue to seal the lid. And then I've been turning them into charms. So I thought I would pop some of those in there so, they can be used for the glitter and for charms. So once again, two for one. These are butterfly beads. They're wooden and they've got the engraving on the top. Those are just from AliExpress too. Then this one's got like different types of charms in it. A tassel, a bell. And then I'll take some out so you can see. Nearly all of my beads and charms are from Ali, if anybody's wondering. I have loads and loads of beads because I am going to start selling bead bags soon. So keep an eye out for that. I thought, I'm in Australia too, so I thought it would be good for Aussie girls who have trouble finding beads over here. And, and if you do find them, you pay an arm and a leg. And then you only get one type, whereas this way I can make bead bags with variety. And then people will get variety of colors and styles. These are all the charms I've popped in there. So I love gifting beads and charms too. I love doing little bead boxes. And then there's some of the bigger tassel crimps. And then a little thing filled with my crocheted hearts in different types of wool and colours. That's that one. Sorry, my throat's a bit dry. Okay, and then each one also has a shaker memory decks card, so filled them up with sequins, and I've decorated them. I'm not going to take it out of the packet though because it's already sealed, but there is close-up photos on my Instagram if you want to have a closer look. So there's that, and then I made a little bag topper which is only held on with a clip so it can be reused. Everything I've done with the intention of it being able to be reused, so hopefully that works out. And then I made these. So this is a bow bag topper. I got this is a die from Ali, and then I put a little peg so it once again can be reused. And then these are my new, I found a new pattern for crocheted butterflies. I've been crocheting for 20 years, so I've learned how to read patterns and do all the different stitches, and I found a pattern for these little butterflies. The pattern though, the antennas were a little bit short and it kind of looked like a flower, so I found a way to make them longer. And then it's got the puffy wings. I made those. Been making loads of those. I'm actually going to sell them as well in little bags, like maybe do like 15 for $10 or something. And there's in all the different colors. Just pop this back on. Come on, this silly thing. Do as you're told. There we go, that's that. Then each one also has a mini stacked envelope pile. I didn't over embellish these because they're too little and it just, you couldn't see anything and it was just messy, so I just kept them simple. I stuck some of my crocheted hearts so it looks like an envelope seal on the front. Each one has the same things inside, so there's some of my 4 layered butterflies. They're wrapped with gold twine, or gold thread, sorry, not twine. Second one has some of my friendship pins that I made. There's closer pictures of the butterflies and the pins on my Instagram as well if you want to have a closer look. And then the bottom one, they all have stitched paper ruffles in all, not all of the garden party papers, there isn't every paper in them, but all the papers that I used were garden party. So there's a whole stack of garden party stitched ruffles. And then each one I bought the same Nuvo drops for, so they all have the same colors. These are my 2 favorite pink colors of Nuvo drop, and they are carnation pink and bubblegum blush. There's those. I made a rainbow charm for each one as well, rainbow thing, dangle, whatever you want to call it. So I made the rainbows, then I put the bells and the bubblegum beads on the top. And that's that. Each one also has one of my mini book charms that I've just recently made. I'm making some more now. They all have 30 pages stitched in as well, so they are completely functional and you can write in them. And they've got little clasps on the top too, so you can dangle them if you choose to. So that's that. Each one has a tag flip. Might just move this out of the way because it's getting a little busy. Okay, each one has a tag flip that are all made the same as well. Same but different. These were made with the intention of taking them apart and using all the pieces. So I'll just zoom out a little bit, sorry. So you can take these apart and use them. So these are trims, different types of pastel fluffy trims. They're just looped through, so you can unloop them and reuse them. Each one has a wood veneer butterfly. Then one of my ribbon tassels that I made, and they all have a little dangly charm. This one's got a bumblebee. Then there's some ephemera pieces. Some of them I just left blank so that they can be reused. This one's got a like a stash, not a stash, a layered embellishment on the top. This one can be reused. I just popped some blank stuff in there just so people had pieces if they don't have any of the garden party or they don't have any left, then they've got pieces to play with from the kit and they can use them in their album. I made some little library pockets, put some crocheted hearts on the bottom, and then I filled the pockets up with jimmies. And then there is a packet of my layered handmade flowers. Another embellished tag. She can take this off and reuse it. And then some of my, these are my flowers too, but these ones aren't layered. They're just cut on one sheet of paper and then put the jimmies in the centers. There's a little stitched pouch of bright colored pom-poms. This one's just lightly embellished as well using some of my handmade flowers. There's a small one. And I made a layered embellished rosette that can be taken off and reused. This is one of my flowers again. And then each one has a packet of pastel pom-poms as well. These actually arrived only the other day and I had already stitched the last ones up, so I just did another packet. And then I had these shaker bag toppers and I've just stuck them with a small amount of tape so they can be removed and reused as well. So the whole thing is to be, you know, taken apart and reused. And then I made these little pockets with wrapping paper. I'm going to clip them, fold them over and clip them at the top. I just haven't got to that yet. They've got chill pockets on the front, and then I filled it up with little bees that I made. This is a silhouette file, cut file. And I put purchase, and then I just made them a bit smaller and cut them all out in different papers. And their wings are layered, if you can see that. And they've actually got vellum in them, in the wings. And then inside I've put, so each one has a packet of bits of ephemera, chipboard, tags, cut aparts. Each one has that so that they can use them in their album. Each one has a packet of my rosettes, handmade rosettes, all in garden party. And then each one has a packet of my large flowers, which are quite chunky. Oops, sorry. So there's a pink one, then this one's got the garden party with the purple, and then that's the garden party with the mint. So that's that. I love the idea of the pocket. It was actually inspired by Hannah, who is Little House of Cards on Instagram, and the bees were hers too. I received a package from her and it had a handmade pocket like this and then bees in the front, and I loved it so much that I had to do it. So I'll link her information below because she makes some beautiful, delicate, pretty little crafty things, and her work is just awe-inspiring. And then last but not least, each one has one of my chunky charms. They're all got the same beads on them as well. So that's it. It's just got loads of beads that match the colours that I liked out of the kit. So the pinks, the mints, the yellows, and the white and gold. And yeah, that's what's in them. So I'll show you. I will do the second one in another video because I'm already at 20 minutes and I can't do 3 of them because I'll be here for an hour. So I'll turn it off and I'll start the next one for the second prize, and I'll just upload them all on the same day. And then tomorrow I'm going to draw the prizes. I'm just going to include, there's 3 packages that are still in transit, but because of lockdown and postal delays, I have not received them. So I'm just going to include those girls into the challenge and draw the 3 prizes out tomorrow. So if you entered, stay tuned and I will be back with the next one soon. Bye.